Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting and unexpected cars of 2025, the Chevy Nova Sleeper. Now, when you hear the word Nova, you might think of a classic muscle car from the 60s and 70s. But what Chevy has done here is taken that legacy and revived it in a totally fresh, modern package that blends retro vibes with cutting-edge engineering. And as the name Sleeper suggests, this car is way more powerful and capable than it looks at first glance. So let's jump in and talk about everything this beast brings to the table. First off, the exterior. At first glance, the 2025 Nova Sleeper could easily be mistaken for a toned-down, everyday coupe. Chevy's kept the design language clean and understated, with smooth body lines, minimal badging, and a modest front fascia that doesn't scream performance. But if you look a little closer, you'll start to pick up on the subtle cues. The wider stance, the slightly flared fenders, the low-slung ride height, it's all very intentional. And then there's the hood. It's sculpted, with discreet heat extractors that hint at the power underneath without going overboard. Around back, you've got quad exhaust tips integrated cleanly into the rear diffuser, and a small ducktail spoiler that blends into the trunk lid. It's all about blending in with traffic while still turning the heads of those who know what to look for. Now let's slide inside. The interior of the 2025 Nova Sleeper is a fusion of comfort, function, and a few nods to its heritage. You're greeted with a driver-focused cockpit that feels modern without being over-designed. Chevy's gone with a mix of premium materials, a soft touch suede on the dash and door panels, brushed aluminum accents, and optional leather sport seats with contrast stitching that's actually a subtle throwback to the original Nova's interior pattern. The digital gauge cluster is fully customizable, with a performance view that gives you real-time metrics like boost pressure, G-forces, and even a lap timer if you're hitting the track. In the center, you've got a clean infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with a Bose premium sound system that cranks if you're not already enjoying the engine note. Space-wise, it's a 2+2 setup, but the rear seats are more symbolic than functional, perfect for bags or a quick ride. But let's be honest, this car is about the driver and maybe one lucky passenger. Alright, now let's talk about what really makes the Nova Sleeper a sleeper performance. Under the hood, Chevy has packed in a turbocharged 3.6-liter V6 that's been heavily tuned to deliver an astonishing 475 horsepower and 450 pounds-feet of torque. All that power is sent to the rear wheels through a 10-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters, or, for the purists out there, an optional 6-speed manual. And if you're wondering about speed, this thing goes 0 to 60 in just under 3.9 seconds. That's serious performance wrapped in a package that could park next to a Camry and not look out of place. Suspension-wise, it's been tuned for a blend of comfort and aggression. You've got adaptive dampers that respond to your driving mode: Tour for daily cruising, Sport for the back roads, and Track mode for when you really want to unleash it. Braking comes from Brembo performance calipers up front, with ventilated rotors all around. The steering is tight and responsive, giving you confidence whether you're on the highway or carving up a canyon. Fuel economy? Well, it's not the primary concern with a car like this, but Chevy claims around 21 miles per gallon city and 28 highway, which is actually respectable given the power you're getting. And they've managed to keep the weight under control with some smart use of aluminum and composite materials in the body and chassis. Let's talk about the price. Chevy has been pretty strategic with where the Nova Sleeper sits in the market. Starting MSRP is around $42,000 for the base performance trim, with the fully loaded version a manual transmission, upgraded brakes, carbon fiber accents topping out just under $50,000. That might sound like a lot, but when you stack it up against similarly performing vehicles from other brands, especially imports, you are getting a ton of value here. And remember, this thing can hang with cars twice its price on the strip or the track, all while looking like something your uncle might have driven back in the day. And that's really the magic of the 2025 Chevy Nova Sleeper. It's the definition of a wolf in sheep's clothing. A car that pays tribute to its muscle car roots, but reinvents itself for a new generation of enthusiasts who want power, stealth, and everyday usability in one sleek package. It's not flashy, and it's not trying to be. It's just fast, fun, and full of character. Chevy really nailed the sleeper concept here, delivering a modern muscle car that doesn't shout, but definitely bites. That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and drop a comment letting me know what car you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.